Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to explain to you within this segment. This entire segment is exactly why President Trump's going to win in 2020 against Clinton. Yes, Trump will defeat Clinton. It'll be a rematch of 2020. And this is exactly why. All of these ridiculous, absurd news stories are not coming out for the benefit of Elizabeth Warren. It ain't happening for Warren or Biden or anyone else. Now, if you look at this wonderful, amazing CNN report, U.S. extracted top informant from inside Russia in 2017. No, it didn't. Or at least it didn't. No, we didn't. And at least we did not because of President Trump. The narrative is absurd. You know who, the Golden Muumuu, had the identities of intelligence officials on her server that was servers for 4 years that were unencrypted. That is public record data. We'll get to that a little later, but here, in a previously undisclosed secret mission in 2000, and this is today, this is what the intelligentsia, this is what the smartest people in the room are talking about. It's based on nonsense. If the tables were turned, they would say, where's your evidence? Where's your proof? And you're talking about a media conglomerate that always gets things wrong. And when called out, says we stand by our reporting, even though they're wrong. In a previously undisclosed secret mission in 2017, the United States successfully extracted from Russia one of its highest-level covert sources. Inside the Russian government, multiple Trump administration officials with direct knowledge told CNN. What does that even mean? Multiple Trump administration officials with direct knowledge? Multiple Trump administration officials with direct knowledge said that H.A. Goodman is the future scientist who will discover an alternative to the internal combustion engine. Say, future administration officials with direct knowledge told to CNN. You can actually, play a Mad Libs game. Remember Mad Libs? And just, blank, and then says multiple Trump administration officials with direct knowledge told CNN. So I could do the same thing. And instead of using my own analysis, I could say, you know what? There's multiple Trump administration officials that say that Clinton's running in 2020. Instead, I'm saying, look, she actually stated she's keeping the door open and she wants to be president. Pretty clear. In addition to, she's started a new foundation called the Onward Together Foundation, and there's a $50,000 a play DNC function at her mansion. We can go on forever. She's running again. Just because you think it would be frightening and you're petrified of that taking place doesn't mean she's not running again. Anyway, a person directly involved in the discussion said that the removal of the Russian was driven in part by concerns that President Donald Trump and his administration repeatedly mishandled classified intelligence. Wrong. That was Clinton and President Obama. Why do you think Comey wrote the Comey letter? Why do you think... Okay, you're talking about... You can look. Just before we talk about mishandling of classified information, why is this type of story coming out now? Because Clinton actually did not only mishandle Michael Hayden. Here, let's just go. Michael Hayden. Lose respect for rival intelligence agencies. Okay, so here. Michael Hayden, Daily Caller, this is former NSA director. I would lose all respect for foreign intel if they didn't hack Clinton's server. February 23rd, 2016, former NSA and CIA Director Michael Hayden says, I quote, I would lose all respect for scores of intelligence services around the world if they did not have all the access they wanted to Hillary Clinton's email server. I just can't imagine why or how it was permitted. Yeah, it wasn't. Guess what? Hewitt asked Hayden if he thought the Russians and others breached Clinton's private email servers, and Hayden said, "Let me just give you the straight from the heart answer. I would lose respect. I would lose all respect for scores of intelligence services around the world if they did not have all the access they wanted to that server." Now look, Michael Hayden, I believe, still voted for Clinton. That's the uncanny allure or allegiance demanded by the Golden Muumuu. It doesn't matter the criminal behavior. It doesn't matter the mishandling, not just mishandling. It doesn't matter the damage to national security. She's part of an apparatus, and her and her husband control the Democratic Party, essentially control the Democratic Party, and media, essentially. She's going to run again in these types of ridiculous stories from CNN from Trump administration officials. Okay, so you get an anonymous, you get a New York Times article written by an anonymous source within Trump's administration saying that they're saving the country from Trump. And then a couple of months later, he's the first president to step foot in North Korea. Then we're supposed to believe that Clinton's servers were not hacked. She had 22 top secret and special access program. She had 22 top secret emails, special access program intelligence, 2,000 plus classified emails on servers running on Microsoft Exchange software. So I just told you that the former NSA director stated, I would lose, quote, I would lose all respect for foreign intel if they didn't already hack her server. Then you could just go and you can look. It's an ARS Technica article. Microsoft Exchange software. So here, Clinton's emails on a hosted Exchange 2010 server not in Chappaqua. This is in March of 2015. Do you think that her emails with top secret and special access program intelligence until October of 2010, based on historic DNS records reviewed by ARS, Clinton's email server was in fact a static IP address provided by Optimum, a Cablevision subsidiary. Excuse me? From 2009 until October of 2010, she logged on to Optimum, a Cablevision subsidiary, as she had top secret and special access program intelligence and the names of CIA officials. If you don't believe me, that's an ARS CIA Identities. Clinton servers. New York Post. Here, the Daily Beast even. Classified emails. Okay, had CIA NSA info. References to undercover operative. NBC News. Business Insider. CIA compromised in Hillary's emails. Clinton's emails held indirect references to undercover officers. So tell us more. Tell us more, unnamed officials, about how Trump is mishandling classified intelligence. Now, this is from Kendallinian, NBC News. A handful of emails forwarded to Hillary Clinton's personal server while she was Secretary of State contained references to undercover officers, including one who lost his life. So they say State Department and other officials attempted to make veiled references to intelligence officers in the emails. References they were deemed classified when the messages were being reviewed later for public release. So the identities were there, easily deciphered. This is NBC News. I read an ARS Technica article prior. I read a Daily Caller article prior. And now we're supposed to believe this absolute nonsense. A person directly involved in discussion said that the removal of the Russian was in part. So here, now we're supposed to believe this nonsense. I mean, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. And here, I mean, the Washington Post. So CNN starts with the absolute moronic story from unnamed sources yet again. And then when they're called out, they say, oh, well, we stand by our sources. A shocking scoop confirms officials are defending our country from Trump. Oh, really? They're defending our country from the first president to step foot in North Korea to begin détente, to begin a peace process between North and South Korea. That never was even in the cards, that was never even possible under Obama or Bush. You mean to tell me that an administration that allowed Clinton to have servers outside of the United States government hacked by the planet, according to a former NSA official? That's okay. But these unnamed sources, so with Clinton, it's an actual crime. Those were crimes that she committed, and it's an actual tangible, like, there is no unnamed official said. Her servers were there. It happened. There's no doubt that she committed crimes, but there's no doubt, even if people believe she didn't, which she did, there's no doubt that the information was compromised by the entire planet, including the identities of officials overseas or operatives overseas, covert informants overseas. But we're supposed to believe this nonsense? Then here we go, Washington Post. What good is having a secret if you can't tell people about it? Are you kidding me? This is the dilemma President Trump has found himself in many times. Often he just blurts or tweets the secret out. No, he doesn't. As he did recently when he tweeted probably classified. Probably classified? No. Wrong image of, okay, you want to talk about that? Clinton had National Geospatial Agency satellite photos of those same facilities throughout the world on her email servers. They try to make everything morally relative. Why? Because Warren had servers with top secret intelligence. Clinton is running again, and all of this, everything that you have experienced politically in the past 3 years since President Trump has been elected, is to make everything morally relative. The hallmark of this generation in terms of intellect, in terms of wisdom, in terms of debate skills is make everything morally relative, and then you've evened the playing field, even if it makes no sense. So Trump's fabricated crimes are just like Clinton's actual crimes. Yeah, well, he worked with Russia, and, well, you know what? Clinton had her email issue. But her emails, no, it's like you're talking about somebody who not only mishandled classified intelligence, the whole planet has whatever she had. She was logging on to the internet via a cable company. And she used an AT&T email account that was unencrypted for 2 months. Then her Clinton email account was unencrypted too. According to this extraordinary CNN story, you should basically stop reading whenever you hear that sentence. From early in his presidency, the intelligence community felt it had no choice but to make decisions based on the likelihood that the person with almost unlimited access to American secrets probably couldn't keep his mouth shut. Yeah, you mean to tell me that we're supposed to believe the same officials who set up and framed and fabricated Trump Russia? This is public relations. This is catnip for just people who have derangement over Trump. Oh my God, they can't get enough of it. This is literally a made-up story. Literally, you have no clue. You are relying on the reporting of CNN. That's like relying on gossip of somebody at the water cooler at work telling you, hey, you know what Mary did this weekend? Let me tell you. Sources close to Mary have told me that Mary was with Bob, even though Mary's, she just got married. Mary. Yeah, but she was with Bob at the office. And her new husband doesn't know. And this was confirmed by Clapper, Brennan, Comey, Strzok, and McCabe, who, by the way, will get indicted very soon. This is absolute nonsense. So, let's see. The Intercept has a great... The Intercept has 10 most embarrassing U.S. media failures on the Trump-Russia story. Okay. CNN is prominently on here. So, let's see. CNN. 23 times. The list was extremely difficult to compile, in part because news outlets, particularly CNN and MSNBC, often delete the internet to video segments of their most embarrassing moments. Okay, so here... Trump aide Anthony Scaramucci is involved in a Russian hedge fund under Senate investigation. CNN reported that. Wrong. Now Scaramucci is... Okay, CNN explicitly lied about Lanny Davis being its source for a story whose substance was also false. Cohen would testify that Trump knew in advance about the Trump Tower meeting. Okay, so here. Wrong. Donald Trump Jr. was offered advanced access to DNC emails. Wrong, CNN. Wrong. Sadly, CNN and MSNBC have deleted most traces of the most humiliating videos from the internet. These are not news sources, people. They consistently get things not only wrong, it's almost, dare I say, deliberate. So they got the Michael Cohen story wrong. They got a Trump Jr. story wrong. They got other stories wrong. And then the Washington Post runs with it. Gee, I wonder why. Give me your thoughts below. This is only further proof that Clinton is running. Because who does this benefit politically? It doesn't benefit Warren. Warren would lose the Electoral College in a landslide loss, as would Biden. Biden has no, nationwide support. Clinton is going to run, and I don't know when it's going to be, October, November, December. It could be a situation, coach, I banged my elbow, my knee, I jammed my knee going into second. Well, who do we have? Yeah, we got that golden moo from AAA. Bring her up. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? She's running. And these stories are absolutely just absurd. No, Trump did not. The intelligence community wasn't worried about Trump. It's all nonsense. If anything, corrupt intelligence officials made up a story. Made up and fabricated a story because there's zero evidence. The ODNI and DHS reports I write in my Federalist articles below in the pinned comment literally come with warranty disclaimers. We're highly confident, we're not certain, but you better trust us. Yeah, right. Mueller found no evidence of any election interference between Trump and Russia. And by the way, she won the popular vote. So how could they have interfered to begin with? Give me your thoughts below. Yes, Russia informed the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated. Does that make any sense at all? All of these false stories are just absurd. Give me your thoughts. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right now. Thank you.